Hello everyone, and welcome back to my Let's Play of Make a Good Mega Man Level 2. Last week we made it through all of Tier 6, and this week we will be getting through Tier 7. Playing as Raku-chan. Okay, no plot to interrupt us. Let's get into it. Head right over that way. Into McWily's. Starting things off, we hit 43rd or 34th place by Toby Jones. Biplane Bay. Score 30.4. 32, 34, 22, 34, 30. One energy element, let's go. With the Donkey Kong Country final boss. Can't remember the name off the top of my head here. Okay, nothing this way. Yeah, not working. I already have a... I have an M-tank on me. I didn't grab the ladder. Lovely. At least we made it to a checkpoint. Okay, and we weren't far off. Oh, what? Oh, do I not instantly... Oh. Alright. Yeah. Don't know what I'm trying to go for. This place only has an energy element to it. Alright, bus corridor. Toadman. So we meet again, Raku-chan. I see you shivering in fear. You are scared, right? No? Not even a little? Fine. I am used to getting no respect. I shouldn't have expected anything different. And that one's down. Let's see what the judges have to say. Snow Run Pyro. Overall, kind of a meh level. The music is atrocious, and it destroyed my ear several times over. But the design itself is good, and the image of the flipping X platforms is okay. Though I do wish they were used a bit more. Overall, I think that's my main issue with the level. It just doesn't really do much. It sets itself up with the set of enemies and the flipping platforms and the water pumps, and while there are setups I really like the one with the water pump plus penguin plus 2 X platforms at the end, I don't think the level really expands on them beyond a few interesting setups each. The fight with Toadman is pretty interesting though, and the water pumps cause a surprising amount of trouble for me. Overall, an okay level. I wish it had done more though. Also, that M-Tank is so not worth it. No. Joopy Hornet. This level looks really nice, but the design felt kinda bland. There are a lot of enemies, and most of the challenge comes from the spiky platforms and geysers that try to push you into them. I did enjoy the extra challenge you gave Toadman, though. Angel. I didn't feel like this level was doing much in terms of progression at all. Every area feels kinda like the last one, and there are alternate routes which lead into dead ends on several screens, which confuse me quite a bit. The aesthetic is nice, aside from the music that half the time consists of nothing but a screeching tone. There were also some spikes that didn't work properly. I really felt bad because I got nothing I can really say about this level. It doesn't do much wrong, it doesn't really exceed at anything, it just kind of exists. Guriri. A pretty sweet level. I think the level did get boring from time to time, and certain sections are a bit lame, but it has an interesting concept, and the obstacle usage was well done. Ultimately, it was a fun experience. I also thought it was disappointing that all I got from finding secret paths was basic items such as E-Tanks. And a spark. This level is fine, really. It has some issues, though. I did not see the point of any of your secret, hidden, or extra challenging off the beaten path areas and rooms. This contest has a thing called Noble Nickels. You probably should have replaced each and every one of your hidden collectibles with one. Because as it stands, no one in their right mind is going to attempt these areas, especially the harder ones. This is a total bummer, as there are some really good concepts outside of the main path. There is so little reward for these, though, for so much effort. Large health, E-Tanks, and weapon energy? This last one is downright stupid. You require special weapons to reach this weapon energy in the first place. This might be one of the few stages I've encountered where the lack of properly used collectibles actively hurts it. I do like some of these areas, though. The room with the E-Tank is very good. Pointless, but good. I can't really point out that much wrong about the stage, and you get some okay mileage out of the powered up pump, even on the primary path. I don't get the use of the planes either, considering they don't do a damn thing. Solid enough overall, not that fun, but your level is decent. Yeah, it for a level, it's fine. Who are you? Sharkman. They don't even serve fish here. What a Piscine take. And 33rd place by 19 Yan. Blazeman. Score 30.8. 35, 29, 32, 24, 34. Want an energy element? Let's get into it. Nice graphics overall. No enemies yet. Good music. Hello, hot dog. Jumped right into that last one. Oh. Ow. Let me just do a checkpoint. Alright. And boss corridor, no boss. Disappointment! Alright, well that was a fun little stage. Not super hard, but as I'm sure many of you noticed, the stages are getting easier and more competent the farther we get into it. Let's see what the judges say. Snow Run Pyro. Really nice level. It's simple, but effective. It builds the whole level around crushers and conveyors, and it mixes stuff up and combines stuff, and it plays well. I really like the sections where the conveyors work against you, in particular. The backwards conveyor plus crusher section is well made and fun, and the setup with the conveyor plus tackle fire right up above you is clever and difficult, but fair. I think the hot dog mini-bosses were a bit pointless, though, and this is probably like the one level where I was disappointed to see that there wasn't a boss at the end, especially given the title. As it stands, though, it's a kind of level I really appreciate. Simple, but well designed. It's nothing flashy, there are no custom assets, but it's just pure fun and fair and well made. Jeepy Hornet. Didn't really care for this stage. The beginning parts were pretty much empty with very few enemies, and then the difficulty ramps up after the second checkpoint. It just doesn't feel consistent. The crushers are a bit glitchy with the conveyor belts. I went right through them a few times. Angel. A nice and rompy level that sticks to its simple theme and just rolls with it. This level is a fun but simple ride that doesn't do as much wrong as there is potential for improvement by thinking outside the box and beyond the level's basic premise. For what it is, it's a good stage, but I think by introducing a few more elements and using them to come up with new combinations of these elements, this stage could have been a lot more impressive. Riri. It's an okay stage. Nothing sticks out in particular, and while I did enjoy it to some extent, it generally becomes boring pretty quickly. There's nothing else I can say about it. It's just there. A-Spark. Boss corridor and no proper boss or climax aside, why name your level after a robot master if you aren't going to put one in? This was perfectly serviceable and felt very solid. Pretty good. You do know your stuff. You could have done a bit better, and your problem was more along the lines of what you didn't have rather than what you had, I think. The thinking was generic, and so was the stage. You took the most generic factory gimmicks and threw in the fire-based enemies, and that was about it. But you put everything to good use, and combined the gimmicks very competently, if not always creatively. I think you not using the junk blocks in the level, rather than only having them as decoration, was a huge missed opportunity. Why introduce them if not to actually use them? That was a disappointment. Don't get me wrong though, this was a solid level, and absolutely fine. Take it for what it is. Competent and above average, which for a Mega Man level means it's still good. Yeah, like I said, it's fine. Tornado Man. Normally I would question why a Wily themed establishment is here, but the Wily combo is so good I don't care. Who are you? Toast Man. Am very excitement to star in this game. Thank you for adding me to very fun. Hey, Pluto. They tried to eject me from this place. No pets allowed, they said. Meow. What nerve. Uranus. I think they actually threw a guy out earlier thanks to that. I don't feel welcome here. Alright, well, let's head back to this other level. 32nd place. By Mysterion Division? I don't know. Gunpowder Cellar. 31. Score 31. 31. 32, 33, 23, 32, 35. One element and one nickel. Let's get into it. Nice entrance. I don't think I can get up there. Ah. Oh. I have no dog. Whew. Good. Health refill. I'll take it. Oh, okay, I need a key. Let's head back. We got the key. Oh! Okay, so I can't go that way. Can't go that way. Okay, well, let me see. Okay, I think I know what I need to do. Okay. Huh. Can I... Nope, can't be. Oh, I'm dumb. I see what I need to do. Oh, hey, Moon. Sorry, I was focused on the puzzle. I didn't see your chat. Okay. So we got that taken care of. Oh! Finally, hit the boss. Alright. Yeah, I forgot. He's actually a competent made boss. Also, welcome, Lotus Clock. Yeah. How do I dodge the... Swear I need new controllers. Alright, got my element, my nickel. So let's see what the judges thought of this. Snow Red Pyro. Good level overall, though I do have a few issues with it. I'm not really sure if just having a exclamation point sign was the best way to convey that rocks were going to fall at that spot, because it will catch you the first time you go through it, and it kept catching me because I kept thinking that the signs were decoration in my head. It doesn't help that they just seem to come out of the ceiling, and there isn't really a logical hole or noticeable tube they'd come from, though. Other than that, the level was pretty good, though I kinda wish the barrels were used a bit more. Like, have them contain enemies or something. Some parts of the level felt a bit cluttered at times, namely the part we have to grab the key, but most of it is pretty good. I like the boss fight, and it's learnable and fair, though I do think the damage that the match does to you is a bit much. Overall, solid level. Also, I saw that small Isaac. Joopy Hornet. You nailed down the abandoned basement vibe pretty well, but this level was kind of lacking in terms of design. The bottom area was really cramped, same with the vertical section. It wasn't really clear that the key was inside a barrel, which confused me and made me backtrack when I didn't need to. The boss was unfair because it was nearly impossible to telegraph its attacks, and its weakness, Grab Buster, is a very slow weapon that usually fails to hit the boss in times because of its many periods of invincibility. Overall, this level had some potential, but it just kind of missed the mark. Angel, I feel like this level got a bit carried away with the cellar theme there. The way this level is laid out makes the enemy positions not at all comfortable to deal with, and the environment is overall claustrophobically cramped on many occasions. The matchstick boss is a neat idea considering the gunpowder theme, and I like the pattern, though the final attack is something that the player can't predict unless they know it's coming. Overall, I wish this level tried less to feel like a building and got more creative with its layout to complement its enemy positions, and not its general aesthetic. Gariri. This level had potential to be good considering the fairly interesting idea for this stage, but there are so many issues that it made it very mediocre. This stage fails at the basics of level design. Every section is filled with too many enemies and obstacles that are nearly impossible to avoid. The fact that you need to stop to recharge your buster to destroy the barrels just makes this level more frustrating. The boss also has inconsistent attacks, so in short, this is a stage that could have been good, but ultimately ends up being a frustrating mess. Ace Bark. This was fun enough, if not spectacular. I guess my primary issues are a few "this is irritating" moments. For example, this stage has an awful lot of areas where it isn't actually obvious where to go. So many areas look like they should scroll to the next screen, but don't. It's rather annoying to travel up somewhere without, say, a path or even a reward for doing so. There are quite a few areas where you could have benefited from, say, sticking another noble nickel rather than bolts. It's a bit of a bummer to work to get somewhere only for there to be nothing waiting for you. I appreciate the one you stuck in there, though. Final issue, this stage lets you spend the entire thing doing it buster only up until the end, which suddenly requires weapon usage? Why? Especially since it's on the main route. Post-judging comment. This was a glitch and fix post-judging. Yeah, I would say. There is one really major missed opportunity here. A lack of cartoon gunpowder line. This stage could have benefited with a gimmick somehow like that if only to boost this from just solid to great. Your new asset wasn't really pushed far enough to be memorable, but at least the stage was designed around the fact they don't respawn, so kudos to that. I liked most aspects of a Robot Master. I guess he's a Robot Master? Except for the fact he's randomly invincible whilst jumping. He doesn't look like he should be doing... whilst jumping. He doesn't look like he should be whilst doing that, and it's enough to throw the player off completely. Also, welcome Tyranno. Sorry, I was reading judge comments. Okay. Alright, and hey, there's the Wily combo. Burger, fries, and a drink. All for just 5 zennies. What a bargain. Napalm Man. How am I supposed to serve the customers? I ain't got no hands. Okay. Mercury. I stole food from the kitchen and turned myself into a blob so I could sneak away without paying. Joke's on those losers. Hey, now that's not nice. Let's see what's over here real fast. Oh, hi. Past. We found this teleporter in the stockroom. Some sort of old advert for the festival. Got nowhere better to put it, I suppose. Twilight Lodge. 1 energy element. Actual Conversation 1. Acebark, let me know if you want to shove Wishing Star from Mega Man's Christmas thingy in there somewhere. Actual conversation 2. Snow Red Pyro. To be honest, I almost want to have Mega Man's Christmas thingy in the final game just because we can. Ah. I'll say I'm kind of glad it took me a little bit to get to this stage. Being now that it's November and all. Nice little 8-bit rendition of Silent Night. The little tiki heads look like Santa. Oh shit. I didn't even notice I have gravity until I jumped. Sit here and listen to this for a little bit. It's just, I don't know what it is about Christmas music. It always just makes me feel so calm and happy. Maybe feelings of nostalgia? I don't know. All right, and challenge complete. That is for it's either for completing Twilight Lodge itself or finishing all of the hidden levels. Which I don't remember. I don't think there's another. Oh no. Well, maybe, maybe not. I know there's a level coming up in Tier 8. Oh, yeah. No, I haven't. No, I've only done City War and Twilight Lodge, so. Okay. So, back on track here. To 31st place by the Retro Dude. Cursor Curse. 31.2. 25, 37, 30, 34, and 30. One energy element. Let's get into things. Hey, come back here. Okay. You are... Yeah, that is a, full sprite edit, or actually, since there was never a proper sprite of Voltman from Mega Man DOS, they have actually made a sprite for Voltman. Oh. And he appears a lot in this contest. I gotta time this right. There we go. Jump. I don't think so. I don't remember. Anyways. I think Sonic Man actually does appear in Mag Mammal 3. Jump. Once I get to the post game, I'll be going to the arenas where I'll fight all of the dev kit bosses. It's just basically just all the bosses that were available for people to use in their stages. Jeez. Okay. Stupid snail. Hi, hot dog. Birds! I like the gimmick of this level. Stage was well thought out. And let's see what the judges say. Snow Run Pyro. Man, this started off so good and adorable, and then it just dropped off. I love the cursor concept, and the first few screens do a really nice job of being all, yo, gimmick, and they're just hilarious in general. And then the level just kind of spirals down into just pasting down random ideas with the occasional appearance of the cursor. There's a random Voltman fight where the cursor just spams tellies. There's a random gravity flip section. There's a random sled section. And then the end is just some random gauntlet of mini-bosses that just has nothing to do with the cursor. The boss is okay, I guess, though the enemies can pile up really easily. So it's really sad to just see a really neat concept go down the drain so quickly. I wish there was way more done with this concept. Cheapy Hornet. This was an awesome gimmick. The delete thing at the beginning was especially cool, but it wasn't entirely obvious what you were supposed to do at first. The level itself was a nice set of challenges, and the boss at the end was really cool. The rounders were pretty annoying though. However, the graphics are extremely minimal and the music doesn't loop properly. Guess I must have beat it really fast for it to not do that. Or I just didn't notice. Angel. This level makes me so sad. I absolutely adore the premise and how the level starts. However, as soon as Voltman drops in, it feels like the level slowly but surely runs out of ideas. The entire charm from the start takes a backseat to the mini-bosses, which were placed in such a way that they don't give much of a signal besides filler. The fight against the cursor was pretty cute, though he could have used a proper pattern. I'd have liked to see him use his right-click powers more. Man, though, this level could have been so much more. Guriri. I really like the idea behind this one, but unfortunately it wasn't executed as well as it could have been. By that, I mean the cursor enemy gimmick is interesting, but it doesn't really do anything except for the first screen and the two bosses. Speaking of which, the first boss is pretty annoying. Other than that, I think that the amount of mini-bosses is too high, and most of the level just feels empty sometimes. Overall, this isn't a bad stage, but it definitely could have been done better. And A Spark. This is an utter shame. Your level concept promised a Michelin star quality meal. I'm sure the decoration in the place is shoddy, but everything sounds so interesting. In the end, it offered a tasty appetizer followed by a burnt, chewy steak with overcooked veg, but at least had the decency to end with a solid, if rather boring, pudding. And now I'm hungry. Same, man, same. I want a cookie so bad. Let's get something clear. Your opening room was fantastic, even though the introduction will likely kill the player the first time they see it. After that point, they will understand the gimmick, and honestly, I say you still introduced that gimmick well. Because while it will probably kill the player, it is very clear that the player's death was still their fault. Curiosity kills the cat, as they say. And the level seems to continue the trend. with a nice little flair for spike placement and an interesting idea for a mid-stage robot master. There's some issues with the implementation, mainly the boss room is far too small for the boss used, and then promptly drops the ball. What happened to the rest of the stage? We just get utterly random dev kit gimmicks with no rhyme or reason to their existence. Most of the time, like Frostman's sled, aren't even justified in this stage's little universe. And what was up with the ending of that segment? And every single mini-boss felt like filler. I really wish I could see more things unique to the mouse cursor idea. You have an entire menu at the right click there. It would have been great to see other actions. The stage ends before anything interesting happens. The boss is okay, although there is a bit too much RNG and spam in the battle for my tastes. Disappointing stage, really. This could have been a contender had it followed through with its core concept. Yeah, I will say I like the cursor idea, but I agree with them. It didn't go far enough. Oh, sorry. All this talking's drying out my throat. Junkman. This cursor fellow wanted to toss me in the recycle bin. I managed to escape and snatch some terabytes of data about how to cure various viruses. And 30th place by Big Fish. Corsack's Other Citadel. Score 31.4. 36, 27, 33, 25, 36. One element, let's go. Yeah, for the most part, the Cossack stages in Mega Man 4 were actually pretty good. Although, if you really look at them, they're actually pretty easy, too. I think it's like a subtle hint that, oh yeah, Cossack's not trying to kill Mega Man, but he still has to. Just a hair too long. Yeah. I jumped right into that. Okay. Okay, there is a win gimmick here. Oh, and an auto scroll. Oh shit, I am on like really, I'm on 2 health. Alright, well that was a decent stage. Let's see what the judges think. Snow Run Pyro. That feeling when you decide to make Imorns invisible. Imorms? Oh, visible always to make them more fair, and then someone makes them invisible anyways. I don't know what those are. Very good design in general. The whole level has a nice difficulty curve, and each of its gimmicks are used in good setups and then all combined in the end. I don't really have much to say about the level besides the fact that it's just really well designed. Strongest parts are definitely the auto-scroll parts. I adore the unorthodox usage of shield attackers here, and the giant chains of Byries are hilarious. The room with the Byries and ladders is also one that I really like. It's just some simple but well-designed setups with a single enemy. Really solid level overall. I like it a lot. Choopy Hornet. Well, that level existed. It was like a mashup of the 4 Cossack stages, but it didn't really do anything more than that. It was a pretty boring level, to be honest. Also, in that auto-scrolling section, there are 2 shield attackers that are literally impossible to avoid without the flash stopper, and the last room scrolls because a stop scroll object is missing. Does. Angel. I really like the start of this level. It presents all of its challenges one by one and builds on top of them through mutation of the setups. Sadly, my enjoyment with this level pretty much stopped as I went into the auto-scroll sections. The first one, if very easy and leaves a lot of room for interesting things that can be done with enemies, and even without making it too cramped. Oh. The second one can be rather unfair if you don't see the enemies coming in time. Also, where did the snow go? Gariri. This stage is honestly mediocre. There's really nothing that stands out here, and there's a lot of problems. Regarding level design, I actually think the first half is okay, but the second half is just filled with unfair enemy placement everywhere. Not to mention the rain, which just makes things more difficult. Also, the music choice is fine, but the echo is irritating, and it doesn't even try to loop properly. And A-Spark. The biggest critique of your stage is the lack of challenge, and the first few rooms are a little meh in design. The Imorm enemy does not get used very well here. But for using only some very basic gimmicks, this one worked. Stop that. The tile set is put together fine, the enemy variety hits the best balance. Overall, this was quite good. It felt like an official Mega Man stage through and through, and that's what what we like to see. Your standout room was the final one, but worth noting is the fact you actually took conveyance into account. Everything got introduced and introduced well. Even if I was not aware of these gimmicks and enemies from previous games, I am, but let's get hypothetical. You introduced them in such a fashion that the player could get used to them. And then you used everything in that last room to the best way possible, even shield attackers. My word, you use shield attackers well. Good stuff, mate. Only things really that could have improved the stage without changing the concept is perhaps a better choice in music, and looping it correctly for a start. As it's a tad predictable, and maybe give it a bit more bite towards the end. One more harder room, and I think you'd have nailed what you were going for. You also give just enough of a hint that your stage was ending without making me anticipate a boss fight that would never come. So that is appreciated. Yeah, I mean, for like a Cossack in review. That was pretty good. Okay. 29th place by Granzable Hackies. Fortified Lab. 31.6. 29, 35, 33, 35, 26. One energy element. Let's go. Oh. Controller, come on, work with me. Oh. Jumped right into that. Mm. Okay. Come on. I shouldn't need to use the flash diver, but I will if I have to. As a matter of fact, why don't I just... You ever just hit a wall? Believe I have all, yeah, I have all the upgrades. Just makes stuff appear more frequently and oh, come on. Really? I hadn't reached a checkpoint. Okay, I'll do this all again. Laters. Oh. Oh, somebody clip that, please. Oh, please tell me I've gotten to a checkpoint now. Okay. Okay. Boss corridor. And no boss. Disappointment! Alright. And let's see what the judges say. Snowrun Pyro. If a Wily fortress was compressed into one stage, if a Wily fortress was compressed into one stage, most of the level I like, and it really does feel like something you'd see in a late NES era Wily fortress. But there are two sections that really bring the level down for me. I can tell which ones I don't like because they both have Bladers and Apache Joes in them. Yes, the Apache Joes suck. It's very easy to get unfairly killed just because you didn't see the enemy coming and either have the Blader swoop down at hyperspeed and kill you or have the Apache Joe bump into you with its building-sized hitbox. The poker section is especially bad with this because it's over a bottomless pit, so you don't have an opportunity to rescue yourself with super air or something. The rest of the level is fine though, but the shield attacker room made me cry because it's like the literal worst usage of the shield attackers ever, and it gives me nightmares from bad fan games. The rest of the level is fine though. I don't think it's terribly interesting. Besides the Sparkman platform setup at the beginning, it's an okay level. Oh, by the way, this level looks amazing, especially because this has no custom assets, so serious props for that. Jupy Hornet. The first half of the stage was fine, and posed a nice challenge, but the second half? Oh man, that part was difficult without weapons. Apache Joes, Bladers, and the Cloud Thing from Blame Man stage is a really bad combo. The vertical section has some really tight jumps, and it's hard to get through without falling down, especially with all the enemies around. I did fall down, as you all saw. Angel. It's like a meeting of many of my least favorite enemies. Joy! Bustering this level is absolute hell, but going at it with special weapons is pretty fun. I kinda wish the requirement of using weapons was indicated in any way, such as a jewel satellite block before the water section. That section with only a buster is a spaghetti fest. But it's very much fine as is. Some enemies and jumps I don't really agree with in this stage, but otherwise this stage is pretty well made. And then it ends. I wish it utilized the exploding blocks that it introduced early on in more scenarios. I'm sure there's a lot of stuff that could have been done here with them. As it stands though, nice level that requires some thinking. Gariri. This level is just okay for me. I don't think there's much here that is particularly offensive to game design, except maybe the placement of the bladers in the level, but there's nothing that makes me want to have a lot of fun here. I think the choice of assets was pretty cool, but aside from that, there's little interesting here. And A-Spark. Boss corridor, no boss, no nothing. Complete anticlimax. Why? This is a level with more style than substance, and most of that style was pre-made assets. But that's fine. The assets chosen work well together. You have a very good eye for making the stage visually interesting. I like that there was variety in gimmicks, but it does have issues. The segment with the Pooker is infuriating because it's combined with enemies that should never be combined with small moving platforms. Combining it with the Junk Drop, pretty cool idea. With lyrics, also good. With Bladers, and with Apache Joes? What? Specific mention goes to that one blader which is too high for you to hit with most weapons, so you are almost always going to have it ram headfirst into you and knock you to your doom. This bit needed rethinking. The rest of the level is fine. You do have a good eye for graphics though, so hopefully you can get original assets to work with in the future. Whew. So much tracking my throat. Alright. '28th place, by 121 up. Spiky situation. 31.8. 35, 24, 34, 38, 28. 1 element and 1 nickel. Oh, is this... Is this the level with the kid? Or the guy? Boy, I hope not. Where did my wiki go? No, that's not it. I guess that's good. That works. Okay. Oh, this is the level with the kid. Oh, this is also the level with the... Okay, I might be here for a while. Oh no, it's not the stage that's gonna be the problem. Well, maybe. It's the ending. Ah! I hit my head. Ah. I may have to go a little bit over 3 hours to get this tier all finished. Oh, come on. I would have cleared that. What the heck? All right. Okay. Okay. Welcome to Needle Castle. Enjoy your stay. We are not responsible for any casualties from impaling. Oh, that, either I went... Oh, I have enemies I can't hit here. Hmm. Alright. You dropped a Yasichi. Why would you drop a Yasichi? Yeah, I'm not complaining that... I don't... Let's take a little shortcut. Oh, does that go through me? Ah. Dang it. Well, at the very least. No. Ah. If there's one game that should not be attempted to be emulated in any reasonable form, it's I want to be the guy. I see. That is one game that I will never play in my life because I am not insane. I may be crazy, but I am not we the jury find the defendant insane. Ah. Shit. Oh. Okay, what? Gosh dang it. I'm running out of... Alright. Okay. Well, now I have a guy who is... Of course. Okay, so the guy is down. Warning. To the left is the entrance to an extra boss for a noble nickel. You will be unable to shoot or pause during it. Good luck. Okay. And this is what I meant when I said I'm going to be here a while. The boss through these doors cannot be damaged. Simply survive its onslaught to win. If you don't wish to fight it, head left to warp out. Doing all that well so far. I forgot I was having to play Toho tonight. Okay. Oh. Oh. Fuck. Ah. Okay. Sorry for blowing out everyone's mic there. Oh. I trapped myself. Okay. Got hit twice so far, but we're over okay. As long as we have more health than it, should be fine. Okay, okay. Almost there. Almost there. Almost. Almost. Oh. Lord, I didn't sign up to play Toho tonight. Tell me I don't have any more flying to do today. So, is that a yes or a no? Well, I'm glad that only took 2 attempts. I will say one thing about that before I read the judge's commentary. If they wanted to do a Toho like that, they should have altered the hitbox and made its actual hitbox visible so you could actually properly Toho it. Oh. Alright. Oh, that's not the judge's stand. Here it is. Whew. Snowrunt Pyro. Gee, I wonder who made this level. I can't tell. I really like the setups in general here, and the usage of the needles and your custom platforms were pretty clever, but I think the level was just too instant death happy. I understand that that's the point of the stage, but it doesn't stop the latter half of the level from being frustrating. Once the more dangerous setups with the platforms come in, it felt like I just kept dying to the spikes over and over, just because I hadn't really learned the setup yet. And that led to me redoing the previous setups over and over, and it was just bleh. The first half of the level is really good though. Again, I really like your usage of the needles. The boss fight with the kid is pretty fun, if a bit basic, and the extra challenge with the white fruit thing is really neat. I haven't seen true bullet hell in Mega Man ever before. Overall, I still like the level, I just really think the second half could have used some more room for air. Joopy Hornet. Very consistent level. The first section was a fairly easy and fun stroll with some enemies and spikes, but the castle's interior was a ridiculously hard platforming challenge that wasn't fun at all. I kind of enjoyed the first boss, but the secret boss was awesome. It was very creative for this contest, and it felt like something straight out of Sound Dodger. However, that boss was pretty extreme without access to E-tanks. Can't agree. Angel. Pretty cool. IWBTG. Oh, I want to be the guy aesthetic. While I'm really not a fan of the sprite work and think adhering to the source material solely through needle theming and cherry references would have been enough, I enjoy the platforming this level has to offer. Having never played the source material myself, I can hardly judge how closely the challenges presented here adhere to a proper curve from said source. However, what I can say is that the level provided fair and exciting platforming challenges throughout, until it got to the segment with the Crashman platforms, which put a spike, in the difficulty to the point where it's really easy to mistime a jump and be forced to redo the entire section over. 2 sections if you're not smart enough to actually activate the save station, a feature which I think wasn't a needed addition since placing them in a way where they're unavoidable would have made idiots like me less likely to miss out on a checkpoint. The first boss of this stage is rather boring, but I found the optional Toho boss to be pretty fun to fight, probably due to the music. I wish it had less RNG-based avoidable sudden hits though. Overall, fun stage for the most part. I really wish it had a more slopey difficulty curve and stuck to its platforming roots. Guriri. I've got to be honest, the extra boss is the primary reason why this stage gets such a high score. It's done in such a creative and interesting manner, and the way it's synced to the music is just impressive. Anyway, regarding the level itself, it surprisingly manages to retain fair and fun despite the abundance of spikes and other damaging obstacles. However, some parts still remain quite cheap and require higher levels of precision. But even with that in the way, there are enough checkpoints to make the experience fun and not tedious. And a spark. I was expecting to hate this, if only due to its clear inspiration. I mean, it's not great, but the challenge is interesting to play. But you actually introduce mechanics well, conveyance was good, there is some interesting setups, if a bit finicky, and your checkpoint placement is pretty good overall, with notable exception of the final set of rooms. I was expecting spikes to be flying everywhere, and am thankful they weren't. For the most part, this level just requires timing and precision, and neither to overly fine degrees. The second crash platform room, whatever its requirements are, they're insane. Either a pixel-perfect jump or sliding underneath the spikes atop the moving platform, which is weird because the rest of the segments give a very clear idea of what they expect from the player. I cannot under any circumstances get through the second crash platform room properly because of either the glitchy nature of these platforms, being unable to time it, or my own loathing for pixel-perfect jumps. Post-comment judging. Some of this came down to messed up collisions. This has been fixed post-judging. The bosses were interesting. I get the reference, sure, but they are pretty odd, and very luck-based. The first one does seem to get easier the longer the fight lasts, and the second one throws maybe a few too many projectiles your way, which, if the RNG gods decide not to be in your favor, will lead to deaths more so than just a lack of skill. Beat it first time I fought it. Took a few attempts the second time. As an aside, getting it to sync with the music? Brilliant. This stage wasn't as bad as first appearances suggest, but is frustrating towards the end. Oh, yeah. Give me a second. Okay, sorry about that. Yep. Flame Man. I need to keep my weight down, so I don't eat much. I usually go with a salad and a nice cold glass of water. But you're fire. Let's see. What is up here? Oh, that's the way I came from. Duh. My brain kind of got scrambled. 27th place, Beta Sword, Ruined Lab. Score 32.0. 32, 41, 39, 21, 27. Okay, this one I may be here a while, and good, I've got an hour left. 1 element and 2 nickels. Go, my bee. Okay, so I have to go this way first to get a key. And... okay. Dude. That was rude. Hmm. Alright, down we go. Well, you know, something tells me I should have found a key by now, so I obviously didn't go the right way. And I'm probably going to need to come back into this stage. Well, okay then. Oh, bugger me. Oh, okay. Say that key placement is definitely fair. Jeez. Oh, come on. All right. Ah! I thought I had enough time to walk it. Come on! I was on the very edge. I haven't played fan games like Mega Man Unlimited yet. I did it again! I did it again! There. Oh, jeez. Okay. Really? And, you know, if I was dealing with actual Mega Man 3 Rush Jet, that section would have been a lot better, but... No, no. Oh, jeez. Good bees. Okay. Splash Woman, Cat Man, Metal Man, Plant Man, Centaur Man. Chill Man, Top Man, Crash Man, Gemini Man, Komoso Man, and Pharaoh Man. Ugh. Yeah, and you know, this will get brought up in the judging, but this guy kinda sucks. I think he comes back in the... What else is he weak to? Oh. Yeah, I'm not taking any chances right now. Oh. Just a couple E-tanks, but oh, and I missed both nickels? How and why and where? Alright. Well, the good news is that I don't have to refight the boss again. I just have to go through the entire level. Okay. Nothing that way. M-tank up there. I don't need that. Okay. Where could these noble nickels be? As I checked. Okay, I saw that. Oh, you. That was one of the Doc Robot's weaknesses. Okay, so I found one. Now I just need to find the other. Yeah, there was that up there that I didn't go down. Or up. No. Yep, there it is. And that gave me Super Arrow. His other potential weakness. Alright. Well, that was that. So let's see what the judges have to say. Snow Run Pyro. Interesting MM3 styled level, though I have a few issues with it. The first half is mostly fine, though the freeze scroll section feels like you're making blind jumps sometimes. The hologram at the beginning is kind of dumb because it makes you wait until it goes off screen. The double snake mini-boss is incredibly overwhelming, and I don't know if it's possible to do without getting hit. The giant Met mini-boss basically just amounts to mashing because it just flies in and out of shooting range, and all of its projectiles can be destroyed with one shot. The rest is fine, though. I actually really like the Met section. The second half brings its own set of issues, mainly from using junk golems, which are awful enemies that are basically impossible not get hit by unless you do absolutely perfect movements. And they're in quite a few rooms, in very obnoxious places. I also question the decision to bring back the Rush Jet section from the original MM3 because I'm pretty sure no one liked that. I didn't. Thankfully, you can skip it with Super Arrow. Doc Robot, Walneat, I feel, is too unpredictable and inconsistent sometimes. Sometimes it seems like he just fires Gemini Laser whenever he feels like it. Also, it doesn't help that he has a high constant damage and a ton of health. He does sort of have a rhythm to him, though. He has the Crash Man AI, so it's not too bad. So overall, it's an interesting level. It just has some issues that keep me from really liking it. Joopy Hornet. I really like how this level started as a Wily 1 from Mega Man 3 and then transformed into a much more non-linear level. It's a very creative concept. It really took me by surprise. The main issue is that the underwater section, which was full of blind jumps. Another thing is, although this is a really good level, it did feel like it started to overstay its welcome a bit. It easily could have ended after I got the key, but that was actually around the halfway point, where it transitioned into MM3's Wily 4. It took me a few deaths to learn that Rush Jet section, which was annoying. The boss was really cool, and I liked the ominous feel of the section leading up to it, but did it really need 3 health bars? Sad face. Angel. Pretty neat Wily stage type stage. I like the throwback to Mega Man 3 in the beginning and how you're just further exploring the sewers beneath the fortress. There's a large variety of challenges here, most of which I like, some of which often killed me before I could react, though these deaths were usually my fault for not paying enough attention. Every time I arrived at that ladder area, my first death went to the spikes you can see as you enter the room. Generally, I prefer what the second half of the level has to offer, with some tricky platforming segments and a rush jet section that I initially accidentally skipped with Super Arrow and felt really shitty for doing so. The boss is a cool combination of various robot masters, though it has a metric ton of HP, and I feel like 2 full bars would have been more than enough. The scripts in this stage also crashed quite a few times when I died, which is unfortunate. Overall, a cool and pretty challenging stage. Guriri. First off, I'll admit my bias towards levels that are based on already existing stages. I'm saying this because this level is based on Mega Man 3's Wily 1 and doesn't do a great job at doing something interesting with it. Aside from that, the level just kinda sucks. Often the placement of enemies and other obstacles gets really irritating to deal with, particularly in the rush jet section, and the bosses are way too difficult. Not to mention how bad the collision is and how the level takes 10 seconds to load. On the bright side, I think some of the ideas here aren't too bad, but they're poorly executed. And A Spark. Most of the stage is average. The clever parts of the stage was the Super Arrow Easter egg, and and the second mid-boss was pretty cool, if a little hard to hit. Checkpoints were well placed, and I liked the transition from Tileset 1 to Tileset 2. That was neat. The stage copies a lot of the stage design from the actual Wily stages, which is okay in concept, but these sections are quite literally filler we've already played. The original segments come with some glaring issues though. The twin Big Snakey fight wasn't fun. It amounts to spam with both Snakies firing at the same time, rather than having a balancing act, making dodging in that section almost impossible. There are also several blind jump enemies in the large underwater room, which is frankly ridiculous. But I really take exception to your boss. The concept is cool, all of the dev kit bosses loaded into one dock robot, that's awesome. But you fail to completely do any of this well. There are no tells or indication as to what attacks he is going to pull off, so luck is required to dodge anything. No color scheme switch swapping, no image in the background to tell you what attack he is going to use next. Nothing. He just picks a random attack, pulls it off immediately, and then picks another random attack. Cool concept ruined. And then you gave him 3 health bars, with no changes to the boss fight as you go through said health bars. No phases, no nothing. He's just got a ton of health for no reason. I'm sorry, what? There is no justification for that, and is just there to force players to use E-tanks, as dodging the boss's attacks can sometimes be impossible. Your boss fight ruined any goodwill I had left. Yeah. Overall, that Doc Robot fight could have been better. Like A Spark said, there should have been like a little staticky indicator in the back, kind of like the weapon archive from Mega Man 10, where it'll show what attack he's doing. And yeah, with 3 health bars, he should have had phases. Like, I think you, as you're going up the ladder, you go through like 3 sets of Robot Masters. He could have been like a pseudo Wily archive in a way. And also give you more of a wide berth instead of just piling onto you after every jump. But yeah, he's basic. He hits hard, he hits fast, and he's so random, and you don't know what he's going to do next. Stage was fine though. I actually like the stage itself, because it felt like you were going back to the Wily Castle and seeing its ruins, and the only place you could really go that was still standing was the sewer. But yeah, a lot of those blind jumps underwater are really an issue. But anyways, Scorchman, Zookman Z. Don't bother me. I'm trying to drown my sorrows in Wily combos. There, Scorchman. Burger Joe. I had someone shout at me today over burning their sausage rolls. We don't even serve sausage rolls. Heck, what even is a sausage roll? Tiny Tim. Kids meal! Toy! I want a toy! Toy, 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 toy! I want it! Now, 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 now! Bob Cratchit. I hate this kid. Solar Man. Sigh. No, the Wily combo does not come with a toy. That's the enjoyment courses. Alright. Tier 7 boss. Wait a minute. Who are you? I have been awaiting your arrival. My name is Pepsi Man. Pepsi? I don't know. I'm not really into that. I definitely prefer Coke. What? How dare you deny the best cola to ever exist in the universe? I'm going to wash your sinful preferences off your circuit with phosphoric acid. Future. There will be no fighting during my shift. Oh. Is it you, Rakuchan? Are you here so that you can taunt me for working at McWiley's? To laugh at the one reduced to this menial labor? I was classically trained, a literal star. You would mock me? Why do you jest? I am death. I am your end. I am the future. Death, kill, destroy, murder, exterminate, exterminate, exterminate! Well, I'm almost done with this tier, and then I'll probably be done for the night. I didn't plan on taking this long. Some of those levels I thought would take longer, but if you want to stick around a little bit longer, see the death fight, but yeah, otherwise, you have a good night. Alright. That is tier 10. Or, not tier 10, tier 7. I don't think I have enough to get... Ow. Plotus interruptus. Huh? Why is it so dark all of a sudden? Oh, what is happening? Wily. I see Wily has a new hideout. Attention, citizens! It's me, Dr. Wily, paying your regularly scheduled visit. I'm on a strict budget, so please excuse the rather basic entrance, at least comparatively. Take a gander at my newest fortress, the Wily Star 2, with its newest ability to tear apart reality. You, Rako-chan, Meet me at the deepest part of the fortress, or else I'll fire the reality cannon. Patent pending. If you can make it up here, even. Mm-hmm. Sure. Reality cannon. Meet me in my lab. I'll try to upgrade Rush like the last time you went to the fight in the Wily Star. Okay, well... Sigh. Rakuchan, I just detected a force field around the Wily Star. It's specifically made to repel Rush, presumably because of last time. I can build a spaceship for you, but I will need to get a lot of materials. What if I told you that you already have everything you need? You just never want to leave me alone, do you? Hmm? Who might you be? A friend of Rakuchan. No, he's not. If you'd let me talk, you'd be greatly satisfied. You don't need to collect any more materials. You may be able to get to Wily with just the power of the energy elements you have collected. What do you mean? Well, I'm sure you know how energy elements can power devices, given Gamma, the last festival, etc. Well, when enough of them are left to their own devices, they can cause violent reactions. Now you may think, what does this have to do with getting to Wily? Well, we may be able to have them create a super spaceship for us. Now hold on. How could they create a spaceship for us? They're not sentient, are they? Maybe not, but sometimes it almost seems like they have minds of their own. I've worked with them before. It always feels like they know what they want. Either way, there's no harm in giving it a shot. Just release the energy elements and see what happens. I guess. Might as well try it. Wait, that actually worked? You were right. So I was. I suppose I am getting closer to figuring them out. But yes, with this bike, you can make it to the Wily's castle. Wily's force field won't detect it. Wow, astonishing. I have to research this. Rakuchan, be safe. Good luck. Once you go after Wily, you won't be able to come back until he's defeated. I'd highly recommend making sure you've checked out the rest of the simulations. Considering last time, it might be a good idea. And yeah, all I'd have to do is jump into that little ship, and I would be proceeding to the Wily stages, but I will not be doing that yet, as I still have 3 tiers of levels to go through. For now, I don't think I have enough to get the next upgrade or reward from Nightman. I think I need 80? Yeah, I am 1 short. But one thing I can do before I head out for this episode, let's go ahead and buy some costumes. I got the money anyways. I can be a Met. Oh. Gosh dang it. There. People seem to laugh at this costume. I don't really know why. I know why. Let's see. Do I have enough? Be careful going out like that. I found out the hard way they don't make shampoo for robots. Alright. And I'm gonna... put on Dorothy. And... Flying broom. That shit is normal. Different color Carne. But yeah. That is where I will wrap things up for tonight and this episode. I want to thank y'all for coming. Be sure to tune in next Saturday when I will be doing more Arkham Asylum. And then next Sunday when I will be starting Tier 8. As for now, you guys have a good weekend. And I hope to see y'all next weekend.